Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you are having a fantastic day. This is actually not the video that was supposed to go up today. It was supposed to be another video in my Best of 2024 series, but thankfully I had a little bit of foresight to double check the videos before scheduling them to go live, and I realized the last two in the series don't have any audio at all. Not sure what happened there. I absolutely hate technology, so I think I'm just gonna have to refilm those videos. So my bad, but this gives me an opportunity to finally share this review of Kringle Reserve Dark as Night. So let's dig into that today. But again, before we get into it, I will also be sharing another video regarding Kringle Candle a little bit later on this afternoon, that those of you who are not on, in the Kringle Candle Facebook fan page, if you're not in that group, you might not be aware that there are some pretty major changes coming to Kringle here in 2025. So I want to do a video addressing those changes for those of you that are not aware of them. So I'll have that go up a little bit later on today, but let's go ahead and kick off today with a Kringle Candle Reserve review. This is Dark as Night. For the life of me, I don't remember when this came out. I don't know how long I've had it. This was a candle that, for whatever reason, I kind of stuck towards the back of my Kringle candle stash. And when I moved everything from my office, that was where I was storing my Kringle candles, up into the closet when I was reorganizing everything at the start of this year, I was like, oh man, I've had this forever. I need to burn it. I need to review it. Listen, this is actually not currently available anymore, but I'm still going to review it because you know what? I kind of like this one, and I think they should bring it back. It's a really interesting fragrance. The name, Dark as Night, I don't think really translates to what this actually smells like. So I think it's a really interesting one. So let's go ahead and dig into it. I actually had a little bit of a hard time finding the fragrance notes for this one. I found the notes on a European website. So I think this might still be available somewhere in Europe. Maybe, I don't know. If you're in Europe, have at it if you can find it. But I did find the fragrance notes on a website over there. So let's go ahead and read through them. Now, this website, it doesn't have the scent story the way that the Kringle Candle website does, but they have what seems to be a scent category. And listen to the descriptors in this category, because they're kind of interesting. Okay, they say this smells cinnamony, fruity, manly, and citrus. I'm gonna say citrusy since everything else was fruity, manly, cinnamony. Anyway. Now let's go through the top, middle, and bottom notes because those are available. So the top notes here are bergamot, lemon, and tangerine. The mid notes are spices, cinnamon, clove, and nutmeg. The base is patchouli, amber, and musk. All right, I feel like this is probably one of the very first times that my nose really differs from some of these fragrance notes. And usually when I am reviewing the candles, I will read through the fragrance notes, and as I'm sitting there behind the camera, like, I'm getting whiffs, obviously, of the candle, and I am just not smelling some of these fragrance notes at all. You know what this smells like to me? If I were to boil this down to a very kind of simple explanation, this smells like a very soapy, very clean, very fresh type of fragrance. So if we go back up to these descriptors that they had of cinnamony, fruity, manly, and citrusy, this is definitely, I would consider this a little bit masculine. It's a little bit more of like a masculine soapy smell. And I definitely get some of the citrus for sure. But you guys, these spices just do not exist to my nose at all. So the mid notes of spices, cinnamon, clove, and nutmeg, absolutely none of that hits my nose. I smell zero cinnamon, and cinnamon is usually quite potent. And when Kringle uses a heavy cinnamon, you will smell it. I smell zero cinnamon. I don't smell any clove. I don't smell any nutmeg. But let's talk about the top notes. Bergamot, yes, absolutely. Lemon, the tiniest touch of lemon. Tangerine, no, not at all. Really, predominantly, this is mostly bergamot at the top. Let's skip the mid notes. We've already been through those. Now let's go to the base of the patchouli, the amber, and the musk. Okay, I definitely get a very musky vibe from this. And it's interesting because it's very much a clean musk. I'm trying to think of something like a musky personal fragrance that I've used. I think actually go back with me to like the 80s and 90s. If you ever wore the Jovan white musk specifically, this kind of reminds me of that a little bit. So a very like clean, fresh type of soapy muskiness, I guess you could say, is what I smell. I do get a hint of amber, not a ton. And I do get a little bit of a perfumey patchouli, not dirty patchouli, not earthy patchouli, perfumey, and just the tiniest touch of it. Honestly, these fragrance notes, like, again, it's kind of hard because usually I can definitely detect at least a little something of everything that's being mentioned. But with this one, the vast majority of the top notes are not present to my nose. None of the mid notes are present to my nose. And then the base notes are definitely there, but heavier on the musky, the clean white musky element. It is very much like a masculine, bergamonty, fresh, soapy kind of musky smell. I like it. Listen, I actually really like this one. I think maybe the reason that I didn't burn it when I first got it was because at that point in time, those particular fragrance notes didn't appeal to me as much. But one of the things that has really changed about me in the last couple of years is that I feel like my nose has really started to maybe change and evolve a little bit. There's a lot more fragrances now that I am open to that in the past I would have just said absolutely no to. And right now I'm kind of into the clean, fresh scents. That might also have to do with it being January. And I have also been burning this alongside a couple of Better World candles. And this has been a really great partner to both of those. So I have the Williamsburg Sleepover as well as the Good Thoughts burning right now alongside this Darkest Night. And it's just really giving my house a very clean, fresh, like new start kind of vibe. And I like it. I like it a lot. So anyway, I will be reviewing those Better World candles here shortly. If you're not familiar, that's actually Drake's candle brand. I didn't know for the longest time that he had a candle brand, but he does. So, and spoiler, they're really good, you guys. I'll be reviewing those here shortly, but let's discuss the strength and throw of Darkest Night, because this one, I don't know if it's because it's been sitting for a while, but man, this one is potent. The strength of this one, I'm going to put at almost an 8. I would say probably somewhere between like a 7.5 and an 8. It is quite potent. It is something that no matter where I've put it in the house, I've been able to smell it in other parts of the house. Even if I'm a couple of rooms away, it is potent, you guys. So the throw, I'm probably also gonna give like an easy 8. It is a very noticeable fragrance. It is definitely going to be something that if it does come back and you decide to purchase it, you want to be okay with a slightly more potent fragrance output. I will say the wicks on this one have given me just a tiny bit of trouble. Part of that might be my fault. I kind of trimmed them a little short one time. I'm going to give you guys an overhead shot here, but I have to get Alphonse off my lap because I'm sure you've heard him snortling in the background here, but let's take a look. You can see the flames are kind of low. I'm actually tempted to maybe get rid of just a little bit of the wax to see if I can get them to really get going again. But yeah, about, I think it was 2 burns ago, I trimmed them a little short, and so it's been struggling a little bit. But up until that point, I had not had any issues with the wicks. So still nice, clean soy burn there. So no discoloration on the wax or anything like that. That's totally fine. But yeah, I need to see if I can do something about the wax level and maybe get those wicks to recover a little bit. This is one where I do not anticipate having to crock this at all. I think it's going to be fine. And even with those low wicks right there, I'm still experiencing the same strength and throw, you guys. This is a freaking powerhouse. So hopefully Kringle maybe brings this one back. I'm not sure if it didn't sell well or, you know, what happened with this one. Like I said, I don't even remember when I got my hands on it, but I really like it. I kind of want more of it. So here's hoping that maybe in 2025 we can get Darkest Night to be re-released in the reserve line. There are some new Valentine's reserves coming. I will go ahead and put the information for that in the description box down below. I'll also put it in the community tab as well. And then, like I said, stay tuned for a little bit later on this afternoon. I will have that video addressing the changes that are coming to Kringle go live. I want to be very respectful with that video because I know there's a lot of really upset people out there regarding these changes. So yeah, I want to be very mindful about how I share that information. So I have yet to film that video. So that's my next project. Luckily, work is a little bit slower this week, so I can kind of address all of this stuff. Anyway, thanks for being here for this video. If you're new and you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and give this video a big fat thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.